So, hello, welcome to Saturday Morning Cartoons with the Doodle Crew. Thank you so much for everybody for hopping in, hanging out, joining us for some more drawing fun. I am joined today by two of the regular members of the Doodle Crew, but also our special guest. Yay!
Oh my God, who is that?
So, as we usually do, I'm going to send it around, introduce yourself, and tell people where they can find you. And we'll save this the best for last. So, Kristen, who are you and where can people find you?
So my name is Kristen, but I usually go by Kia on just about everything. Recently switched to Kia Creations because on top of art, I also do cosplay printing, cosplay in general, just a whole bunch of different hobbies. So I'm usually on Instagram, but I'm also eventually going to try to make my own Twitch stream where I'll be doing live drawing as well as live prop making. So Instagram and Twitch, though I do still linger around the Tumblrs from now and then. So please pop in and say hi. And this is Mischief, in case you're all wondering. Go on.
Hello, Mischief. All right. Randall, who are you and where can they find you?
Hi, I'm Randall, and I went to school with both Kristen and Emily. You can find my art on Tumblr at RW Art. You can also find me on Instagram. If you follow me there, you will also get an assortment of selfies and thirst pics because I have no shame. Yeah.
Yay! Yes. And special guest, who are you and where can we find you?
Hi, I'm the drag queen that went to Jupiter to get more stupider, Hebe Buffet. I am a Pittsburgh drag queen. I moved here from Worcester, Massachusetts, and I am a friend of Randall's. You can generally find me on all social media except for TikTok. I don't quite trust TikTok. At Hebe Buffet. It's the same on all of them. Instagram, Twitch. I'm sure I'm forgetting one. Just Google me. Oh, Twitter. That's the one. I specialize basically not so much character illusion, but myself in drag dressing up as characters. I do a lot of Velma for some reason. I just like two in the drink. And basically, I'm a huge nerd. I love anime. I love manga. I love video games. I play a lot of horror games. I stream on Twitch. Not so much lately because real life's been getting in the way. But soon. And I used to have a monthly show here in Pittsburgh, not so much since COVID happened, and I know Randall.
Yay! Awesome. I like it. So we are super, super excited. And this worked out well because all of us involved, and again, Megan as well when she gets here, are, if you guys didn't already know, pretty big Sailor Moon fans. A little bit. Represent. Yeah. So putting this all together, we're gonna do Sailor Moon. That's where we're at. So yeah. So Dell asked, do you ever creep the crystal themselves? I don't know what that means.
I don't know what that is.
All right, Dell, you gotta expand. Explain. Yes, and so because it's official and I should introduce, you know me, but I am a swan named Emily across the internet. You can find me, follow this channel if you want to see more Doodle Crew stuff. Also, coming up on Monday, the 1st, we have our next recording of the In Addition podcast. So that'll be over on twitch.tv/almostdailypod. And I'm very excited about this one because we are going to have two special guests on that, and we are covering some good topics. So yeah, come hang out with us. That's 8 p.m. Eastern. So if you want to listen to me and the amazing Stephanie chat about stuff with our guests, that'll be dope. So yeah, I think that's everything. So we are going to get into it. Okay, so she said the crystal thems. I still don't know what the crystal thems are.
I still don't know what that is, but I'm intrigued.
Oh.
Ooh,
That's cool.
E. Vowels.
Now we know. The more you know. Yeah. So as always, anybody in chat, if you have questions for any of the artists, drop them in chat. Let us know. And I'm kind of assuming, Hebe, it's up to you. You can narrate as much as you want with what you're doing, or just chill. It's up to you.
I generally, when I do makeup, I narrate a little bit, but I also know that you guys are working on art, so I don't want to be like the noisy one. So whatever
would be a
works for
first.
you guys. Shut the fuck
I am
up.
all for the chatter. I will contribute to or ask questions because as we were before we went live, I had a lot of questions because I don't know too much about
Feel free to ask me
the makeup.
questions. I love talking about myself.
Well, and actually, it's kind of nice, at least for the artist side of it, and especially as someone who also plays artist and mod, like to not have to talk and to just draw. I'm all right with it. So
I'm not doing your job, Emily.
I know. I owe you many, many monsters after this. All right. We're gonna see.
So this is one thing I am going to narrate. When getting into drag, if you are not an egg person like me, you have to erase a lot of features. So that includes covering your eyebrows if you're not a day walker who shaves them off. So I was originally going to cover them ahead of time because it takes about 20 minutes, but I wanted people to see the process. So I'm covering them here. And yes, this is an Elmer's purple glue stick. That's what we use.
We use that in cosplay too to just completely cover it. And the Elmer's purple is good because then you know like where you're putting it and then where it's dried off, and then you have to paint. And it's always funny when you get first time cosplayers and they're like, "Really, Elmer's glue?" And we're like, "No. Just it's fine.
Like trust us."
Trust us. Like, honey, this is what you want to do. We kind of get the same attitude. We're like, yeah, no, this is what you get.
Also, it's washable, which is important.
It also doesn't taste
yeah.
horrible when you lick it to like moisturize it a little bit.
Nice. Also, do you remember? Okay, so one, I got two things. The one, the like green and purple ketchup that they had for a while.
Yes, I loved the green ketchup.
Oh, I wanted it. I wanted it so bad. But also, do you remember the sunscreen that went on like purple and then like evaporated so you weren't fully purple? Like I don't remember which brand it was, but I was like, that seems really smart, so you know where you've got coverage. But
yeah, I remember that too.
Mm-hmm. I definitely had some of that.
Yeah.
I'm sure it was probably made with chemicals that like, you do not want on your skin.
Everything's made with chemicals. That's biology.
We're fine. We'll be fine.
I don't know where my little hand fan went. I'm just using my mirror.
Oh, and for those of you playing along at home, yes, we do still have a smoke detector going off, and no, we're not sure where. So tally that for another week. It's just going to be our thing.
Test your smoke detectors, people.
And spay and neuter your pets.
Yeah, spay and neuter your pets. Milkshake got spayed the other week. No, he got neutered. Oh my god. Got neutered the other week. He's good, as everybody saw before the stream.
Yep, Mischief's gonna go get spayed in a couple weeks too. Spay and neuter your pets and check your smoke detectors.
Ooh,
so I'm currently
13 says two of my all-time favorite things. Stupid excited. So yay! Glad we could help.
So I'm curious what the other thing is. I'm assuming one of them is Sailor Moon, but is the second one art or drag makeup?
I was hoping it was smoke detectors, honestly.
I thought it was
or smoke detectors. Yeah.
Wow. Oops.
I mean, or it could also be spaying and neutering, but
True.
We did breeze through a lot of topics right there in a very short amount of time.
Like in a span of 2 sentences.
Yep. That's how I
Red
do.
Pip, you might want to clarify. We're going to have some ideas about you.
Hey man, you do you, boo-boo. Whatever makes you happy.
All right. So I did a rough sketch, and I'm currently trying to get it off of my iPad, hence why you haven't seen me drawing anything yet, because my upload is very slow.
Good.
There we go.
I mean, I'm just over here redrawing the same piece of hair like 70 times, so it's fine.
Favorite part. I love it. Bless you.
Thank you.
What is that? That looks like
Who are you drawing, Emily? Are you drawing Venus?
I'm actually starting with Mars. I'm going way off script, right? Yeah, I'm just a maniac.
Oh, but she does have, yeah, that does look like her outfit because she does sometimes sport the boob window.
Yeah.
We all love a good boob window.
Right? Although it's funny, I actually had to wear one of these little like cropped shrug top once for a dance performance. It is obnoxious as shit because it just like you move up and it's like up here and I'm just like, this is not. I don't love this.
I thought the funniest thing was the internet discovering shrugs again recently. Like they were something new, and they're like, "What's the point?"
Yeah.
Just like that.
Yep. No, I mean that's honestly how I read a lot of troll comments.
And it's like it's not meant to warm your body.
Well, and like especially when it comes to like dance, like sometimes
Yeah.
when like we're moving and I get hot and sweaty, like my core is, but then when we stop, like my arms do get cold. Like I don't wear this for the fashion. I wear this for like, the specific exercise.
Although I do think shrugs are really awesome fashion. People can go fuck themselves.
I want to bring back the old school, like the full, like huge hooded capes. Like
Yes.
I want that shit back. Yeah.
And this is the boring part where I wait for the purple to go away before I put a new layer on.
Oh, oops. I opened it in the wrong program. Why did I do that? And then she crashes. Of course.
Hooray!
Technology.
Oh,
Photoshop.
Andy Mentor says, very big fan of population control here. So he's a big fan of spay and neuter. And Dell says, I want the square necklines back. Yeah, it is good to be square, Paul. You're right. Yeah, I like square necklines. I like that. I wish Empire waists worked better for my figure because I love them.
That's an Empire waist. I don't know the technical term for anything.
So that's very Austen, pretty much Jane Austen, like Regency era. So it's the one that ends right under your boobs, which is great if you are slim and skinny and slight. Not as great if you're a little bit curvier. Not as flattering.
Empire waist is definitely one of those where it's person body type dependent. Like there's some fashions that everyone can wear. It is not an empire.
No.
I hate that my mind constantly makes puns that are not like accurate to the situation at hand. Like, because I'm hearing Empire and I'm like, oh, Empire State of Mind. And then you guys are like, Empire Waste. I'm like, oh, Empire Wasted Time.
I love it. And I am here for all of that.
There we go.
For those following along at home, I'm on layer number 2. And then after layer number 3, I will actually be covering them.
Do you have a least favorite
Do you have a least favorite what?
part when you're like, I know, like we've joked about, you know, some of us hate drawing hands, or like I don't love drawing like huge muscly things because I have to look up so much reference. Do you have a specific part of like putting on your looks that's your least favorite that you dread, or is it kind of all just?
I dread starting.
Okay.
Like, it's like once I get like my base on and all that, my eyebrows covered, I can actually like start doing work. I feel good because to me it's like, oh, I have to do this many steps before I can even start building on. Because basically, when you're doing drag, a lot of people don't realize that drag isn't just slapping makeup on your face and looking like a horrible clown hooker. It's like you have to erase everything and then put it all back on.
Yeah.
So it's like I'm currently turning my face into a flat surface that I can draw on like the rest of you lovely artists. Artists. So like that takes. I've got my face down to like a good hour and a half. I might take my time a little more because I know that these tend to run around like 2.5 hours.
Yeah.
But yeah, like it's a process to start the process.
Makes sense.
And the worst is when you end up with like some random glob of extra glue that you don't catch while you're flattening your brows. Because you can't dig under the layers to get that piece of glue back. So you just need to figure out a way to hide it.
Oh no.
Oh no.
I think I like that one better. I drew 2 different sketches, and I think I like that one better for this. Can I get some fellow artistic opinion?
Yep.
So I drew 2 basic sketches for like a layout, and you could see the photos that I'm kind of referencing for this. I'm doing Black Lady or Wicked Lady, by the way. So this is one, and then this would be the second one.
I like the first one.
This one, where it's more at an angle.
Yeah. Yeah, I
Mhm.
like
I really like both of them, so I'm useless.
If I have time, the other character I thought about doing was Galaxia. So if I have time, maybe I'll turn the other one into Galaxia. So I really felt like in the mood to do something heavy pinks, like lots and lots of saturated pinks. So I wanted to do, obviously, Black Wicked Lady, Black Lady, whichever.
Whenever I
Whichever
hear
way we
Black
wanna be.
Lady, I'm just like,
You can't blame them for changing that. Like I
yeah.
know a lot of fans back then were like super mad because it's like that's not her name, and it's like okay, but like
Censorship!
come on, like they couldn't keep that.
I mean, can you just imagine the parents though that like they're trying to talk to their kids and they're like, "Oh, is that Black Lady that you like?"
Don't embarrass me, Mom.
A little bit different out of context.
Oh my goodness.
Speaking of adorable mom stories, so I got a text from my mom the other. She texted me every morning and so she was like, "Oh, they played Boot Riot on the radio," and I was like, "Oh, that's cool," because obviously, I like Cherry Pop and Dice and stuff like that. And then the follow-up text to it is, "Karen says it's Zoot Suit Riot, and now they're playing Whip It." I'm like, "Mom, you're adorable. I can't handle this right now." Like, thank you for the play-by-play of what they're playing on the radio. You're too cute.
If people are wondering why I disappeared off screen, it's because I'm looking for a palette that I was planning on getting rid of because I never used, but I think it might have the perfect green in it. And it does. Guess I'm keeping it.
There we go. Why aren't you drawing? Why aren't you drawing?
Yeah, soapbox clats, cherry pop and daddies. I really enjoy them. It's funny to me now looking back on me as a teenager telling my father that that's the album I wanted to get. He's like, I'm sorry, what? He's like, oh, it's good music, Dad. I realize that now. I'm sorry, Dad. My bad. But yeah, like swing revival. Also the like electro swing. This like mix of techno and swing stuff that all the kids are doing on their TikToks. But no, I'm here for it because once COVID is done and I can teach social dance again, one of the social dances I teach is swing, and I'm so ready to be back teaching people how to swing dance. So yeah, I'm here for the swing revival.
I like electro swing, but in small doses.
Yes.
It's a lot to just sit there and listen to for a while. Because when I first found out about it, I was all about it, and then there was a bit, and I was just like,
Just throwing it out there for anybody in chat who saw me roll my eyes. I was not rolling my eyes at that conversation. I was rolling my eyes because I can't get this stupid damn hair to draw the way I want it to.
Just draw Laura failing on TV.
Oh,
Oh, I am so proud of her. For reference, a friend of Randall and I, the Queen Laura Chateau from Pittsburgh, is currently competing on this season of HGTV Design Star Next Gen. She disappeared last year. We thought she got on Drag Race. She did not. And yeah, it's weird seeing somebody you know on television for like real.
Yeah.
Well, congratulations to your friend.
We were I can't tell if the editing was friendly to her or not.
Ooh.
oh, it absolutely was not.
Oh.
But she's like, hey, you know what? Sorry, I'm really hoarse this morning. She said, hey,
mass.
thank you. That too. But she was saying, like, hey, I don't care. Do what you want if it gives me more screen time.
Yeah. Which is the way you should go about it. I hate when people go on TV. Like, as long as you're not, like, editing kooky noises to make things seem like they're happening when they're not. Because some shows do that. RuPaul's Drag Race. And... Oh, no, my bar coverage. Where was I going with this? Oh, what came out of your mouth is what comes out of your mouth. So, and you're on camera when you said it.
Yeah.
So be prepared for them to use it. And that's reality TV magic.
Definitely get so distracted looking through like photos of references.
So I just accidentally ripped a small part of the beginning of my eyebrow coverage. So I'm just going to rip the beginning of my eyebrow out.
Oh.
It's fine.
So Soapbox Clat says our friend Trent from Toy Power, which is a really cool podcast, he was on Lego Masters Australia, and it was surreal and awesome at the same time. It's weird to see people you actually know. I remember a friend of ours from college, George, was on Face Off on Sci-Fi, and like I'm like, wait, I know him. Like I've met him in person. This is so weird. So. Just saw the Post Malone ad for his Pokemon concert coming into the stream. Post Malone is doing a Pokemon concert?
Yeah, for the anniversary.
Is Post Malone a big Pokemon fan?
I don't know. I wish he would leave me post alone.
Yes.
So since my eyebrow coverage is starting to get a little bit funky, I'm gonna add a 4th layer before I powder, just to be safe. As this just turned into me doing the 100 layers of glue challenge. Sorry, no Sailor Moon here. But luckily, I paint very heavy, so you shouldn't really be able to see my eyebrow coverage anyway, because it's going to be covered in pigment.
That's good.
Not skin color.
really
I'm not one of those
excited.
girls.
Oh, Paul, I don't have specific feelings one way or another, but Compost Malone is really funny. Really good. I enjoy it.
Yes, Randall?
That hair.
Yes. It's driving me crazy. It's like I got the one side to do exactly what I wanted it to, and then the other side I'm like, sure, lump head. Queen of the lump verse.
The villain with the lumps all along.
So for the people on chat, my idea for my drawing was to do Queen Beryl, but like drag queen Beryl. So I'm trying to give her like bigger drag hair, and it's not working out for me.
The hair is the hardest part I'm finding too. Like I'm so used to doing like the wispy anime hair that it's like really hard to just kind of go overboard. I don't know, maybe that's not the same issue you're having, but that's the issue I'm having.
Ta-da.
Ooh.
Now I get to cover that with foundation.
Oh, apparently, again, this shows my ignorance as far as Post Malone, but last year he did a charity stream where he did a full set Nirvana tribute, and I couldn't help but respect it. It actually wasn't bad. I will admit, aside from one song of his that I'm familiar with, I don't actually know his stuff all that well.
I just know the jokes that may not be jokes about like him making people vomit from his smell at meet and greets.
Oh,
Yeah, so like I don't have a particularly good opinion of him, but
I mean, he does
if he's gotten
honestly.
into hygiene, good on you, girl. I'm proud.
Yeah. Oh, what?
So someone posted something interesting in the chat. Simkin, in regards to speaking at a convention and getting some payment for it, asking about taxes. I had a suggestion for that actually. I didn't know if anyone else wanted to kind of chime in, but not to like cross promote, but I have another Twitch streamer friend, Marie Gray, actually did a phenomenal video very recently going over 4 independent like streamers, YouTubers, con speakers, anything like that, and how to do taxes. She's like a tax representative, and it's I know that she has it on her YouTube channel, but that's also to say that there are tons of people on YouTube that are definitely representatives, but also nerds, and talk about how to do like that tech stuff. So I don't know if anyone here has an answer for Simkin, but I do know that there are plenty of places online to find out how to tech.
Okay, pause 1 second. I want to
Oh,
see.
sorry.
Can you hear me?
Yay!
Hey!
So what appears to have happened is in troubleshooting the headset that I was hoping to use today, my actual microphone got disabled in my laptop.
Oh no!
So it's fixed now.
Yay!
Yay! Sorry to have dragged that out.
All right, so quick promotion for Megan. Now that she's here, quick tell people who you are and where they can find you.
Hi, I'm Megan Cook. I'm an artist and illustrator. I'm on Instagram. I run an Etsy shop, and you can find me on Facebook, usually under the Megan C Creates or Megan Cook Creates.
Yeah, awesome. Thank you so much, Nicole. Thank you. Yay! And now we got the gang's all here.
We got a Saturn.
The gang's all here.
Yeah, I'm working on Saturn. It was a request from someone who really liked my Sailor Pluto, so I was like, sure, I'll draw Saturn. That's cool.
With regards to the taxes thing, I don't know. Like, my input is it depends to how they're planning on paying you. I got booked for something. It was just like a party, for like some soccer team or whatever, and they paid me with a check, and I never mentioned it on my taxes, and I did fine. So, like, if it's a regular thing you're doing, yes, figure out taxes. But if it's a one-off thing, I don't think you need to worry about it. But I'm also not teaching you how to do tax evasion.
Yeah, put that disclaimer there.
That's a different stream.
Coming next Tuesday.
That's when I get back into streaming Atelier Ryza.
Well, I know, like, at a certain point with convention income and stuff like that, like, I've gone through different things where I literally didn't make enough money to have it qualify for anything. Like, I could claim it, but it wasn't going to be anything. Like, they didn't get any money, I didn't get anything back. Like, so I would often not mention it. As far as invoicing goes and like pricing yourself out, I mean, I always try and I make sure like travel is covered. I think about what I want to make per hour. Like, okay, so if I'm speaking for an hour, I want to make $65 or something like that. Plus, the time it takes me to get there, the gas, how far I'm driving, if I'm doing other stuff, if they are feeding me or offering me like a free pass into it as well, like sometimes I'll knock price down from there because I'm getting perks on top of my payment. So yeah, I think my big thing is always, what do I want to make per hour is how I try and be about what I bill them. Yeah. So also, if you are I know you're in the Discord probably with B-Mel. B-Mel is an accountant, also Raging Lady Boner. Jess has a whole bunch of tax info, which we talked about yesterday on stream. So I would hit up the two of them because I think they're both super, super knowledgeable on that. And they're people that you know. So. Also, I love that that's her name. It makes me happy.
So now that I have my eyebrows covered, I am doing some color correction on my beard. I don't know where my camera is on my iPad. And I use this little product. Orange cancels out black really well. And then you blend that out and you cover that with foundation to get your natural skin tone rather than seeing stubble come through, which you probably will anyway.
So I know
Oh, sorry, go ahead.
With like when I do like dance shows and stuff, like we always have the 30-foot rule. So the audience isn't going to be right on top of me, so I can get away with a lot of stuff. Does that change as far as drag when you are interacting and getting like right up in the crowd, or do you still kind of have?
So club lighting is usually very, very dark. And that works in our favor. I keep bringing up Drag Race as an example. Like it depends on the situation. Like if you're in a photo shoot, they can always like Photoshop your your problem areas a little bit. But like say you're somewhere and you're being filmed in HD, you want to make sure that's taken care of. Like right now, I'm not too worried. I do have a little bit of stubble, even though I shaved fairly recently. But that's a big reason why I'm color correcting.
Okay.
Like you want to be able to not get red for it. So if people don't notice it, it's a good thing, but you also don't want to be the reason that people do notice it.
Gotcha.
You look so different without eyebrows.
Thank you.
It's amazing what just no eyebrows.
Yeah.
just for a person.
And that's why we refer to drag queens that shave off their eyebrows regularly as daywalkers.
Okay.
I know that for again, I keep comparing to cosplay only because that's my only frame of reference.
That's what you know.
Like, yeah, it's very, because what you were saying and what Emily brought up about that 30-foot roll, I didn't know about that, but it makes sense because I've never done theater, but that makes 100% sense versus like cosplay where it's like, no, they get right in your face. Like you have the people that just like come up to you and like interact with you, and it's like, wow, okay, you have to be like perfect up close, but then the amount of stuff where it's like you do give up and then you're like, well, I know it's going to look good in a photo because photos just like don't pick up all those little imperfections and details as long as you have like a good photographer, obviously. But it's like on the floor, people don't notice all those imperfections because they just remember the photos. So there's a lot you can get away with. Sometimes.
And that also applies to like bars and clubs because a lot of times like the crowd will be drunk, so they don't care.
Good point. Didn't think about that.
But also the lighting tends to wash you out anyway if you're on stage.
Ah, okay.
So
see,
like you just,
again, oh sorry.
Just spackle everything you can on top of it.
Again, complete opposite because we're usually in like hotels and con lobbies, so they have like the ugly overhead fluorescent lighting. So it's like you have to accommodate for that.
Yep, overhead fluorescent lighting is a drag queen's worst enemy.
Yep.
Which is why I think it's hilarious that DragCon is a thing. Because that is the most homophobic setting for a drag queen.
Never having gone to DragCon, I at least know that like for cons, you have the photographers that carry around the big lighting just so that they can get rid of the overhead, and it's always so appreciative. So it's like you have the cell phone photography, but then you have like the nice photography.
Yeah.
Or you just go outside.
I also don't know that con lighting is good for anyone. Like, it's not even nice, like, sitting there as an artist. Like, it's not even great lighting for working on commissions. Like, it's just kind of that, like, mid-range. Like, my eyes are working harder to see what I'm doing because there's just not light in here.
Do you take, like, little table lamps or something, maybe, when you go?
No, but it wouldn't be a bad idea. Yeah, again, we'll see. In a year, maybe, when I get to go to a convention again.
Yeah, that's true. Oh, sterile lighting. Delphine Raven, that is the perfect way to describe that overhead fluorescent con lighting is sterile lighting. I like that. I like that a lot.
Whenever I read the word sterile, I just think of that scene in SpongeBob where Patrick's pretending to be a doctor. Like, don't touch me, I'm sterile.
Oh, like that.
That's definitely one where you would have Yakko Warner like, "Good night, everybody."
It's like that fingerprints joke.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
Now we need to dust for prints. No,
no.
fingerprints. And then they just look at each other.
So good.
Now I get to turn myself into an egg again.
Okay. I think that'll work for now.
It's like people don't realize especially when it comes to drag makeup, I don't know about like normal makeup, how ugly you look until like the last 15, 20 minutes. Because look at me. I look like a damn fool right now. And I'll still look like a damn fool after I'm done, but in an intended way.
I was gonna say, I always think it's funny on like if I've been streaming a lot and I've been wearing a lot of eye makeup, like when I start in the morning because my eyelashes are blonde, my eyebrows are blonde, like especially when I wear a lot of really dark black, I was like, you look so tired and like sad because it's so pale. There's nothing there. I'm like, oh.
Oh, I just see you saying that to yourself in a mirror, like, wow, you look tired. And it's like, thanks, Emily. Didn't need to hear that today, but thank you.
Are you in my house? Do you? Yeah.
Maybe because I do too. I don't know. I wouldn't mind picking your brain a little bit on color correctors because I've never used them and I don't know anything about them.
So I always phrase any of my makeup advice with, I am not a makeup artist. I am somebody who wears makeup, who is learning things on the fly. So I don't know technical names for anything. All I know is orange beats black and green beats red.
Right.
So if you see those like green color correctors, like if your face gets splotchy, I think that's what it's really intended for. But yeah.
How pink do we go?
Well, I think it's funny too when you talk. So we talked actual makeup, you talk like theater lighting, but also then on the art side of it, like color theory adapts to each situation. So when you're talking about like what cancels what or what goes together with what, it really is different. You know, and when I know that I'm going to be under like a very direct spotlight, that's a very different lighting scheme than like you were saying, like if you're doing art or makeup for convention, because I know that I'm going to look like a little bit dead in that. So I've got to bump it up. But when you're in direct spot, you put on too much blush and you look very strange.
Or I would go as far as to say, if you're in direct light and put on too much blush, you look perfect.
This is true. I think it's because usually I'm also sweating so profusely because I'm dancing and my entire face is red that I'm very like I get very self-conscious about how bright red.
So I am also a sweater. I use Neutrogena's Shine Control Primer, and it stops me not from sweating entirely because I'm wearing a little hat made out of hair. But it stops my face at least.
Okay, I
like
that.
After a performance, I have to like dab around my hairline because it'll start coming down my face, but my actual face does not sweat.
I am going to keep that for later because that is very handy.
Like if you're a sweater, you always want something that has like a matte finish for a primer, or like leaves your skin matte. I don't think matte finish is the term for primer.
No, but it makes sense.
Yeah, because it also fills in like all of your pores to leave you with a beautiful flat surface.
Matte is always the goal.
Yeah.
You don't want to be too shiny.
To be shiny.
You can be dewy, but not shiny. I don't know what the difference is, but
yeah. Well, I know after finding like matte lipstick, I didn't know it was a thing because I didn't wear lipstick for a really long time. I was like, oh, this is a game changer. I did not realize that it could like be on there and then literally not transfer to everything that I touch.
Yeah.
So that's cool. Big fan of that.
And now we get to add depth. So now that I have my base on, I use a pan stick. I used to use a pan stick for my highlight, but I found that I actually like using a liquid concealer for my highlight instead. just because it's easier to blend out. So I will be putting my highlights on with this Maybelline Fit Me thingy mabob in, what's the color? Where is the color? Does not say it. It's an 05, oh, 05 Ivory.
Huh.
Get product on a little brush. Oh, and for drag, at the very least your foundation, you always want something that's full coverage, not medium. Because you're going to be building on top of it.
Hide your flaws till after the wedding. Oh, no, I can't do that. That's fine.
Yay, I can finally color.
Yay! The hair has been set.
It's been accepted.
Sublime Epiphany. Yes, I did. I did sing Shiny by Tamatoa. Thank you. In a terrible, terrible way, but that's what I was singing. CB said Shiny. That's all I can think of. Oh, that's interesting. Yeah, so Mayor Squish was saying peach cancels out purple like bags under the eyes or dark discoloration, which, oh, there's so much dark discoloration under my eyes because I don't sleep like a human anymore. And a house built on sand won't stand. Foundations are important. See, I like that because it's true in life and true in makeup.
I had someone tell me, I don't know how true it is, but like the way to tackle the bags under the eyes, because 100% I'm there too, is they're either like genetic or, you know, you're tired and they're environmental or whatever based. And you can tell via the amount of purple in them. And then you have to use different concealer, whether it's like a genetic, just darker skin, or whether it's actually like, no, sweetie, you just need more sleep, but you can't, so we're gonna hide it. And if it's like more of like a warm tone, I guess it's more genetic related versus if it's more of like a purplish cool tone, it means it's just you are not kind to yourself.
See, I didn't know that. I always assume exhaustion.
Yeah.
Apparently there's like, once you know, and once again, take this with a grain of salt. I am not a skin expert, but apparently if you know, at least in the genetic side, there's like even like topical or over-the-counter medications that will reduce that. But if you're just tired, like just, you gotta sleep, but you can't. We get it. But apparently like there is relief if they're just like genetic.
Yeah, for me, it's because I have like thinner skin around my eyes. And so like every day, it's always going to be there no matter how much sleep I get. So I always have to wear under eye concealer or else like I came home from school one day in high school and I had just ran out. And my mom was like, "What's wrong with you? Why do you look like a raccoon?"
Oh, no.
Thanks, Mom.
So you can tell that I have my highlights on because I am extremely shiny in this ring light. So now I am going to be using medium coverage foundation in coconut to place my contours and get some color back into my skin. Some people do this, some people don't. I like to underpaint. That way I also have like an idea of where to place my outer contour after I'm done. Also, some people do their eyes first. I'm more comfortable like laying down the entire face.
I really like that name, coconut.
I hear it's named after something. I don't know what it is though.
Super weird.
I know.
Our crazy planet.
Also, it's gonna look like I'm attempting to do blackface, but I'm not. I promise. I do not condone blackface.
It's like viewer warning.
Yeah. Like for anybody who's not in the know, that's what it looks like.
Your art's looking nice, Emily.
Oh, thank you. I'm having fun with her.
Ooh.
Here.
I got
And I
no.
got
Yeah, I really like the cutouts on the shoulders too.
no. Again, really fun to draw. Couldn't make me wear it. Hard pass. Hard pass on that.
I'd wear it.
You would rock it.
You know, going to the post office, gotta look my best.
Oh yeah. I think that's why it's been funny as I've been doing like I think I sent a picture to you when I got new liquid eyeliners and one of them was very blue, so I just went full like Mimi from Drew Carey and I was like, fuck it, I don't even care anymore because I'm not going anywhere. So I'm sitting in my house, you know, with my gigantic blue eyeshadow on and everything. And I was like, I don't care. I don't care because it's fun and it brings me joy, and that is not always the thing that's happening right now. So
Fact.
I forgot I could turn my ring light down. Oops.
because then it's a surprise. Like, oh,
Oh, ooh. I mean, it doesn't help that I have sunlight pouring in right behind me, too.
I thought you were just ascending.
na-na-na-na. All right, so I can get rid of you.
Going to attempt to sort of mimic this.
Also, Randall, that makes me extra happy because yesterday was not a great art day, and I was just like, "Oh dear, this doesn't bode well for tomorrow." Oh.
Yep, I totally understand that. Like I said, yesterday trying to draw this, I'm like, I'm gonna do this really cool thing with her hand and mimic Katya from Drag Race, and then it was like every single time sausage fingers or sad deflated glove.
Sad deflated glove?
Yeah.
What's that?
Like when I was drawing her hand, it looked like someone had taken a rubber glove, like a latex glove, blown it up, and then just like slowly let the air out, and that's how the hand looked.
I get you now.
Because every time I go to draw hands, I'm like, anatomy? Who's she? I don't know what's in there. Bones? What? Where do those go?
To quote BMO, it goes in my butt.
Katya as Bjork. How many bones do I win?
Okay, so as someone who has watched literally none of Drag Race, who is your favorite contestant from Drag Race?
What was that?
Let's say for someone who's watched no Drag Race, who is your favorite contestant from it?
Oh, Trixie Mattel easily.
So the thing that's interesting is, like, obviously I love Trixie now as a personality on YouTube, but actually on Drag Race as a contestant,
She did not do well in season 7.
Yeah, I think if we're going on those terms, I would have to say, oh goodness. I mean, I'm probably going to get some shade for saying it, but probably
You say
Bianca
Sharon.
Del Rio.
Okay.
Oh God, no, I would not say Sharon Needles.
God, worst Pittsburgh representation ever.
Oh no!
I mean, but at the time it was cool, you know?
At the time, it was great, wonderful. Now we know she's a horrible racist.
Oh, that's a bummer.
Also, yes, Ben de la Creme is superb. I love Ben de la Creme.
Ben de la Creme wanted to fuck my boyfriend last time she was in Pittsburgh. They I think it might have been the honor pageant at the Blue Moon. Lola brought Ben de la Creme to Pittsburgh, and my boyfriend went to go see them, and I was at work. And then for the pageant, Ben also came and was like, "Oh, you can be my badge of honor."
But I also really, really love Jujubee, just period.
Oh my God, I love Jujubee so much.
So for if you're unfamiliar, like Emily, Jujubee
names flying around.
Emily.
I do know Trixie Mattel now because I do super enjoy her YouTube, and I have fallen in love with Kimchi because she's adorable and I can't take it.
Kimchi is the shadiest fucking troll ever. I love her.
Like, and it's so funny because she's sitting there in this like angelic dude. She's like, "Really?" And I'm like, "Ah!" I love it.
I am also in the camp of Emily, where I have not seen and I don't know too much outside of Randall, a few select friends that you and I have in common. That is the entirety of my exposure, which, to be fair, is quite a lot of exposure, but then I still don't have the context.
I think I've watched an episode or two. That's all I've got for Drag Race. I enjoyed it, but I have not followed it.
I also feel like that would be a lot more fun to watch with people. Like, to just sit and watch by myself. Like, I want friends to watch with while I'm doing it.
Everyone I know that really enjoys it does watch it with people, and I think, yeah, you're 100% right. That's part of the fun.
Yeah.
So there's one that I just was made aware of because I think she guested on Trixie Mattel. Is it June?
Juno Birch?
Yes. I love that. So, like, I love her whole thing.
Stunning.
And then she does art too. Like, she's got these amazing sculptures and paintings. I'm like, I want to be your friend. This is so cool. Yeah. No, I was very excited about that. Oh, okay. So, Del has thoughts.
Good for Del.
Her brain is working. Mine is not. So it says Alaska is better than Sharon by a factor of 1,000.
I agree.
Yeah.
Is it Angina?
Oh,
Yes.
yeah.
Oh, okay. That was her first favorite. Oh, so Simkin and Del are coupled. So Del is in her fandom. She needed this. Okay, so she said she gave up after they moved to VH1. Interesting. Oh, and Red Pip 13 asks, for the artist, what is your drag name?
I don't know.
Oh my gosh. What a great question.
Yeah, I'm gonna. I don't know. All right.
Asking the
I had one
questions.
at one point, and so Mine was more of a joke thing that came about from one of those random name generators from MySpace back in the day.
Oh man.
Yeah.
MySpace.
Yeah. So the one that I got was Hell of a Bottom Partner.
Oh, that's really funny though. Oh. I enjoy that.
All right, I just looked up, like, what would your drag name be? Picking out like the letters of your stuff. So using this, I'm just gonna go with it. This would be Dame Ophelia Filth.
I like that you've been knighted though. That's dope. No.
That was like on that episode of Will and Grace when they were trying to figure it out. And wasn't Karen's like Shoo Shoo Fontana?
Something like that.
Yeah, it was like the name of your first pet and the street that you lived on.
Oh my gosh.
Cool. Well, that one's not good. That one's not exciting at all. All right, so let's see.
I'm gonna have to write a character into one of my books with that name now. I don't know how or why, but it's gonna happen.
A friend of mine, we actually tried to come up with like Sailor Moon themed drag names at one point. This was years ago, and God, I can't remember what we came up with, but it was something like I think his was like Robust Trash Garnet or something. I have to remember, and I even like.
It sounds like a
him,
Pokedex entry.
Right?
Garnet, robust trash.
They were pretty funny. Like, what would like the Sailor Moon themed drag name be? My God, I wish I had written them down. They were one of those things that you just kind of come up with like after a really fun night on the street.
Yeah.
But yeah, I would definitely try to like incorporate some sort of like Sailor Moon element into a drag name. What was that generator you said? You were using like a drag name generator?
Yeah, this one of those, you find them on Facebook or whatever. It's like, use your birth month and the first letters of your names.
All right, let's see what this says.
Let's see if I can check this off. Maybe this will help.
So, Dame Ivana Goodnight.
Nice.
I don't mind being a dame. I'll take that. Oh, this is one where it like randomly generates it for you. Okay.
Yeah, I feel like if I did one of those now, it would just be like, your drag name is Stupid Bitch.
Especially now that meta drag names are a thing. Like, people just name themselves after random objects and, like, run for it. Like, Meatball. I love Meatball. Meatball is such a good drag name and such a funny drag name.
Man, if we could do it after food, then I can rock that.
I love my drag name so much, Hebe Buffet, but sometimes I wish I just named myself. I think there might be me named this already, though. Sorry, that was my bank balance. Anybody heard that? I think Potato. I would love to just be named Potato.
Respect.
But now I have merch, so I can't.
That makes sense.
What?
I tried one of those generators and it kept asking me questions forever, so I just stopped.
All right, now I need to set my face before I start putting on my makeup. These are my eyelashes, not my setting powder.
Oh, so Del says my pet street combo is Velvet Panton, which, yes, Very classy. Okay. Ooh. Oh, she says Yukon Goldie would be a good potatoy drag name.
Huh?
I enjoy that.
I love that.
I like that, Simpkins. So Simpkins says a Doodle Crew where everyone needs to do a logo for a video game made by the video game name generator.
Oh my god.
So I guess Milkshake is very upset that he is not currently allowed in the basement.
Oh no!
My boyfriend just came down here and he was like, I need to get away from the cat because he is highly upset that he's not down here.
Poor thing.
Confetti, you can be down here though. Confetti can be down here because he doesn't care about anything but himself.
As a cat should.
Yeah.
I think I got my base colors, so now I can start inking. Yay.
Oh, she's looking really nice.
Ooh.
Oh, yeah.
I want to give her like a lot of bling. Like I was looking up the like drag jewelry and just give her like just tons of sparkles. So hopefully I can figure out how to do that.
I need to set the absolute fuck out of the makeup on my neck because that outfit is white. And I have a bad track record with outfits that have white necks.
I don't think I know. Who are you doing, or is it a surprise?
I don't know if you could guess, but
well, you said a lot of white, so I was immediately gonna guess like one of the Serenities, but
no. I will be doing
Sailor Iron Mouse? Oh, Sailor Jupiter. Oh.
It's just
right,
like
you're wearing
slipping
the
the costume itself over
Oh,
my
sorry.
head. That's what I'm worried about.
So I was telling Emily last night, one of the things that I felt kind of stupid for not knowing or paying attention to all these years is with Queen Beryl's ears.
They're pointy.
Pointed?
Well, yeah, no, I know that, but like I just assumed that they were like standard elfy pointy ears, and then I kept looking at all the images and they're kind of like normal human ears, but then there's like a tip drawn on top of them, so I can't tell.
Like a weird lip.
Yeah, I'm like, is that supposed to be like, are they pointy ears? Are they horns? Are they jewelry on top of her ears?
I think it's supposed to look more like demonish rather than elvish. Is
Yeah.
why that's being done.
Yeah, I mean, that was my assumption, especially like with the horns coming off her shoulders and everything, but it was just one of those weird random things that my brain always filled in the blank space as just being like, oh, they're just pointy ears.
Yeah, you're right. I didn't really ever like sort of think about it either.
Well, it reminds me of those cool like add-on earrings that you can get that actually look like twisted metal elf ears. Like I was kind of thinking like that would be a cool like again accessory because she's all about
Yeah. That's actually not a bad idea.
Also, Kristen Dell says fiercedragjewels.com. Used to sponsor great, so if you want reference, they might have some cool jewel reference.
Thank you. Yeah, that sounds absolutely perfect. The only thing that I knew I was doing for jewelry was I was going to make her ring, the Imperium silver crystal. But yeah, I definitely needed some good reference for like earring and jewelry and everything. Thank you. I will definitely go to that website.
Okie dokie. Now that my makeup is set, I guess you could say that I'm about to do my equivalent of coloring in and inking, which is starting to actually make myself look pretty.
Her. Here.
Yes.
We're positive here.
I was like, where did I put that palette? Directly in front of me.
Every time I've ever tried to find my stylus ever, like, where? Oh, it's in its stand where it's supposed to be. Oh, that's crazy.
Why would it be there?
Who does that?
It seems like a truth of life. Like if you put something in a random place and you know where it is, you'll always find it. But if you put it where it's supposed to go, it's lost.
You're not gonna find it.
You're never gonna find it.
Gone forever.
Oh no.
Oh,
My roommate just messaged me and he's like, you better not have gotten the thing that that I got you for your birthday. And I'm like, the only thing I
Was
bought
it Bravely
recently was
Default?
I just saw an angry face come back on the message. I'm like, bitch, I know I told you that I ordered that.
I'm waiting for my copy to come in. It should arrive today. I didn't open the coaster and placemat set because I was so mad that it was before the game. I was like, why would you even bother shipping these separately? Why? Why would you send the pre-order bonus separately? I do not understand.
no.
Obviously, they were kept in different warehouses. I know the real life implications, but it just got real quiet.
Yeah. Unfortunately, we're getting Megan's microphone seems to be picking up
Oh,
a little
okay.
on noise. So she threw herself on mute.
Oh,
So.
I just got used to it, so it was real jarring when all of a sudden it stopped.
It got real quiet.
For some
I was
reason,
like,
it sounded like falling water to me. So I thought someone just had one of those like office fountains.
See, to me, the whole time I was sitting here listening to it, all I could hear was those old haunted EVP recordings where it's got all that stuff like lingering in the background.
You mean back in the day, Randall, when you and I used to be obsessed with Ghost Hunters?
Yes.
When we used to watch that constantly and message each other about it? Hopefully that wasn't something that you were trying to keep secret from the world.
I'm sorry, guys. I didn't realize I had some background noise. Is it still going?
Yeah, but it's fine.
It didn't bother me. I didn't even realize it was a thing.
Oh, I don't know what it is.
Again, like everything, every week we learn a little bit more, we get a little bit better at this, and we troubleshoot new and different tech things. Because if I've learned anything about working on any sort of tech, that's what you do every day, forever, for the rest of your life. All right.
I will say one thing I always run into, which bugs me, is the pigmentation of my shadows over my eyebrow coverage is always different than what it should be. And it bugs the shit out of me. And it's probably because the foundation that is over my eyebrows is absorbing some of the pigmentation.
Okay.
But I haven't found a good way to combat that yet that's not shaving off my eyebrows.
Do you find
Someone, oh, sorry, go
it
ahead.
better with different shades? Like if you do different eyeshadow colors, do some of them work better than the others, or?
I tend to use a lot of bright colors, so it's always very noticeable. Like I'm one of those people. I look at a like nude eyeshadow palette and I'm like, who is this for? Not me. So it's useless.
I just saw the reminder to save. I'm going to do that.
Oh, I haven't saved yet. Thank you.
Thank you, Nicole.
I'm saving as we speak.
Saving face.
Ew.
Never.
Oh.
There's no saving that.
Wow, those lines are super good, Kristen.
Oh, thank you. I've been experimenting with different brushes, and I found that if I get sort of like a textured brush, for some reason it makes me not really obsess as much with like the line art. And for some reason, when I don't obsess, I have looser line art.
I just have loose morals.
I mean that too, but I didn't want to bring that part up. Like, don't call me out. Actually, that would be a great name for like a brush set, like loose morals, loose inhibitions, because you kind of need to get rid of some inhibitions when you're drawing, but at the same time,
I was gonna say it also works for
artists are also whores.
All artists, period.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe Randall or Emily, maybe you have heard this too when we were in college, because I don't remember what instructor, but there was one instructor who was like, you have to be humble enough to create art, but arrogant enough to hang it. Like artists need that dichotomy of like humility and complete like douchebaggery to get anywhere. I can't remember where I heard that or if that's even like the correct way it was phrased, but
I don't remember it, but it's great and it's true.
Unless you go on reality TV and then you have to be a pompous ass the entire time.
You don't have to be, but that's how you get more airtime.
And how you go further in the competition. They don't want the little mousy person who's like, I'm just trying my best and I hope you like it.
Friends with everybody.
I did not watch, obviously, RuPaul's Drag Race. I did watch Face Off for a long time, but whenever I think about that, like the mousy character and everything, I always think of like Survivor, because I, no shame, really loved Survivor when that first came out. And that was also the same.
Nope, that's not it. All right.
gonna be so mad if these are uneven. They totally are.
Thank you, Sublime Epiphany. It says it's been fun. Thanks for sharing your talent with us. I have to entertain family now. Have a great day. Thank you. You too.
Thank you for watching.
Have fun with your family.
Also, Soapbox Clots, I'm seeing loose morals, but like as moray eels or like some sort of. I'm just Ursula.
Loose moray eels.
I love it.
Like lift up my dress and feel.
Yeah, that would be a great one for that like pun-based.
Yeah. Because isn't there like
one that we were talking about?
Oh, it's a. Because isn't there like some sort of eel that's called like the moral or something like that? I can't spell it or say it, but yeah.
There's one called Yellow Bastard. It has two different names. It's either called the banana moray eel because it does look like an overripe banana, but then it also is commonly called the bastard eel, and you just know it's because whenever the zoologist was naming it, it bit the zoologist and it's like, all right, you little bastard, that's how you want to play it. Which they're not like horrible little eels. They're actually very cute. But if you have a fish in your hands, they will go after you.
Ooh, this is nice. Oh, it's basically Sephora's version of the milk pencil. That's why.
What is a milk pencil?
So,
oh, yeah.
My roommate bought me for Christmas just a like little white pencil because of how much white I use in my eye, and it's like I am constantly going through the Jumbo NYX milk pencil.
Okay.
Because it's not meant for what I use it for. Nobody in their right mind would do a whole eye with this. But I do. So I wanted to try it on this, and I'm pleased.
Now, do you find, I know you were talking about how some of like the Trixie palettes are hard to get. Do you find that the makeup being produced and distributed by drag queens is at a distinctly higher quality for what you're doing versus, we'll say, regular like off the rack stuff?
So in regards to what I've purchased from Trixie, yes. She knows her blush. She is making sure there's a high quality product out there. In terms of what I've tried from Kimchi, I really liked the gold, but that's all I've really used from her palette so far. But no, like they seem like they're putting in a lot of effort. And Trixie is all not just drag queen; she's like an actual trained makeup artist. Like she used to work for MAC and all that. So like she's very aware to like the standards of which her products are supposed to be held up to. In terms of like everyday wear, I don't wear makeup every day, so I don't know why I went in that direction. But I highly approve. Like, there isn't. I'm waiting on the new palette that Trixie just came out with. She just came out with her first eyeshadow palette, and I'm excited because it has every single color I use on a regular basis. It's a palette of literally just blues, a gray, a black, and like a metallic white. And I'm just like, that's all I need.
That's not there. All right.
I can tell from the consistency of this that I'm definitely gonna have to set it with white shadow. Or it's gonna come off on everything.
Megan, I like that we're super zoomed in on Saturn right now, and she's giving like big intense eyes right at the audience.
She's just got that "don't mess with me" look on her face.
Which, I mean, is true.
If any said she was gonna have it.
Try me, bitch. I'll destroy your planet.
We're all in
What?
one universe, you know, whatever.
Bless you.
Oh,
Bless you. You only get 2. I said bless you twice, and then I said you only get 2, so don't sneeze again.
I always sneeze twice. Always, always. And we're gonna up the smoothness. Because we're doing hair.
I do enjoy that that's a thing I can do now that I have like a better version of Photoshop.
Mm-hmm.
I teach an Illustrator class, like the program Illustrator, and I get students that learn of the smooth tool, like they've never used a drawing program before, and then they all of a sudden are introduced to like, what? You mean there's a tool that will like keep my janky hand from messing up my art? And of course, then they over smooth everything, and I can't fault them because it's like how I was the same way. That's fine. But it's just kind of adorable when you see like their big eyes, like what? That's a thing I can do. And then it's like, yeah, but wait until you have to redraw the same line 50 times. Control Z, redraw it 50 times. It still doesn't look right.
I take personal offense to that today.
Mm-hmm.
What, that you still don't look right?
Redrawing a line 50 times.
Everybody's
Oh.
sitting here watching me draw the same curvy line for her hair.
I was gonna say the same titty breastus.
Oh, yay. So Simkin says, I took Doodle Crew as inspiration to get back on finishing my Gundam decals, and now I'm wondering what a drag Gundam robot would look like.
I believe they exist.
I feel like it has to.
Right.
I like one of those characters from that Virtual On video game is basically a drag queen Gundam. Like, I think she's supposed to be an idol, but what's the difference? She's a robot. It's like real idols.
They can never succeed at the CAPTCHA thing when they go to click. Like, oh no!
I need my manager.
You needed that doll.
I do know that I was looking at stupid little model kits, and Bandai's coming out with one that has both a Hello Kitty figure of like the actual Hello Kitty and a Gundam, and you can turn the Gundam model into like a little suit of armor for Hello Kitty to wear.
Oh my god!
I don't even like Gundam, and that sounds fun. Not that I hate Gundam, I just
So the only Gundam I like is G Gundam, because it's basically just a super robot anime. I know the Gundam technically isn't full blown super robot all the time.
I like SD. I'm just saying that to make the Gundam fans upset. I don't. I've never seen
Do
it.
people not like SD Gundam?
I just know that whenever I mention like that my favorite one is SD, I get like the aneurysms, like the little
So
throbbing vein in the head.
what I have to say about that is people come out with things all the time for all sorts of different franchises. Maybe it's not targeted specifically at you.
Well, see, now you're your logic there, and that's not
Yeah,
Like
you can't tell that to people. Then they'll go make an internet post about it. Like,
like it's my favorite thing when like a new series of Power Rangers comes out and they're like, people are like, and it's like, okay, understand you are a 30-year-old. They need to sell this stuff to 5-year-olds. Like, this is not for you. You can still enjoy it. There's nothing wrong with that. But
you're no longer the
overall,
target audience.
you're not the target audience.
Yep.
You've been phased out. It's like getting the pink slip version of.
Also, looking at you for all of this Star Wars fandom. You know how bad you are. In jest, Soapbox Cloth screams, everything must be made to my specific taste, okay? Oh, okay. All right. So we've got Del said I almost bought it at Barnes & Noble's yesterday. And I have bought the Hello Kitty Haro
See,
robot.
Knew what I was talking about.
Yeah. They are Gundam/Romance of the Three Kingdoms models. Oh.
I look like I'm wearing a mask.
Romance of the Three Kingdoms.
I like
it though.
Yeah. Oh, Andy Mentor, I don't remember that one, but he says my favorite Power Rangers will always be the one from college where they were all wizards.
So that's Power Rangers Mystic Force. It was one of the Disney seasons.
Ah.
Back when Disney
We
owned
had
it.
you here to tell us that.
Yeah. I fell off after like my initial Power Rangers run.
I have a good like 25 seasons of Power Rangers on DVD.
Oh my goodness.
Like they came out with sets. Shout Factory did. And then I'm extremely angry because Shout Factory was releasing the original Sentai series from Japan, like subtitled on DVD. And ever since Hasbro bought Power Rangers, one hasn't come out yet. So I'm assuming like the contract was only with Saban. And it makes me sad. Because I wanted to experience both. Without having to sail the 7 seas.
Yeah. Oh, Saban. I'm having all the flashbacks to like the toy commercials and everything, and it's just it's too funny.
Since we're on the Sailor Moon topic, I'm sure everyone here has heard it's called Saban Moon. The version of
oh my god, I love that little short. Like
right?
what popped up.
So for those that don't know, you can find it online. It is easily, if you just Google Saban Moon or even just like YouTube Saban Moon. Now, the irony is that Saban did not make this short. It's called Saban Moon because that was the distributing company, but it's actually a completely different company that designed it. So Saban got a lot of flack for this, for like unfair flack, because it's like, we were just gonna air it. We weren't gonna actually. But so it is before, back in the early 90s, when they were debating bringing over all of this Japanese media, Sailor Moon, Dragon Ball Z, all that, they were debating, well, do we actually just bring it over, this weird animation style that will require a lot of dubbing and a lot of changes? Because also, for those that might not remember, back then they got rid of anything like vaguely even Japanese-esque. Like that's where the whole very famous like, Pokemon calling a rice ball a donut and stuff like that came from. And in Sailor Moon, they would like reverse any clips that had cars in it because obviously they drive on the wrong side of the road. They airbrush out any kanji. They just did all kinds of stuff.
They had cousins kiss each other.
Right, exactly. So prior to debating whether they should drink this or drink, oh my God, I read Delphine's drinking tea, whether they should bring this over, they were like, well, what if we just remake it and we do a live action animation like hybrid where they're live action in their civilian forms and then they animate when they transform and then they're a cartoon and then they go back to being this like very, very Power Rangers looking like 5-man band live action. So you should watch it. It's amazing. It is so weird.
It's
and
it's
it
also
is so
from the
90s,
age of
so dated.
affirmative action, where
Yes.
like
everyone has
like,
to be represented.
there has to be somebody in a wheelchair.
Mm-hmm.
Like there's literally like they have these like little moon surfboard things in the cartoon, and then you just have this girl sitting in her wheelchair on top of one of them.
They're
Or,
called
like, flying
solar
around.
sails. They're wind sails, and they're called solar sails.
Well, sure.
Because there's wind in space.
Right? And they actually do like travel to the other planets, and they travel on this little solar thing, and their outfits are just different enough, and it's just very weird. And it's for anyone who is a fan of Sailor Moon, it's a must watch. Now, the video is a very poor quality video from a convention where they debuted this trailer, and you can hear people just laughing and cracking up because they're like, seriously, this is what we could have gotten. But this trailer aired after Sailor Moon had already aired in the United States. So fans were laughing because it was like, oh, this is what we could have gotten, sort of thing. Not because they were laughed out, but it didn't happen. And the reason it didn't happen was because of budget. They actually thought that it would have been a commercial success. She is not obsessed with Sailor Moon and memorized all this random knowledge. Anyway, Saban Moon. Check it out.
Now in theaters.
Now in theaters. Oh, and the song is delightful.
Oh my God, my wings are 2 entirely different sizes. Oops.
Calm down over there, Sephiroth. You got the one wing going on.
That was a pretty good joke.
Okay, there we go. Now I just need to clean them up.
Anyway, sorry, I just vomited a bunch of Sailor Moon knowledge.
No, I love that vomit.
You guys?
I ate it up.
Yeah, no, it's good. I mean, the stream is literally about Sailor Moon, so I feel like that is a very appropriate.
I went into, I was talking to a friend a couple weeks ago, and he even asked, he's like, hey, so, why are there so many printing, like, because I have a bookshelf. I'm like, why do you have so many prints of the Sailor Moon manga? And I was like, wow, let me break it down. And then last night we were talking about, oh, what's the most expensive thing that you've ever purchased as a collector's item, like figures and books and games and stuff like that. And then of course I had to get into like the original printing of the Sailor Moon art books, and it's like, wow, let me break down all this knowledge for you. So I definitely, it's not just this chat, I vomit out Sailor Moon knowledge wherever I go.
I remember those original Sailor Moon art books. There was like a separate one for each scout. I mean, like,
oh, no, not those. Those were the American printing. I was talking about the original, like the Naoko Takeuchi's art books that were published back then. But yes, I do remember what you're talking about, how they made those, like, I think they're called character profile books for each of the Senshi. I never got any of those. Those were cool though to look through. I remember being at like Barnes and Noble. And
what was weird about them is that they used like a mix of, I want to say they maybe came out like after Geneon got S in Supers, because it felt like it used a weird combination of both the dub like terms and Japanese terms.
Yes, I think you're right. Yeah, that they were just weirdly worded.
Yeah.
There was oh, actually, Emily, you're the one that gave it to me. Do you remember you gave me a Sailor Moon RPG book for like a tabletop?
Heck yeah, I do. Because at the time, I was the only human that liked Sailor Moon in my friend group, and no one would play it with me. So yeah, I remember that distinctly.
So I have played that game. We found a DM to host a game for us, and B, to what Kibi was saying, that was also a weird mix of like manga facts and then anime facts, and then it made up some of its own facts for whatever reason. But that was very cool, and we should definitely, since I have your book, we should set up a D&D.
That would be fun.
Well, hey, now that we're all Twitchers, why don't we branch off and have a Sailor Moon D&D Twitch?
We could do that.
That would be a lot of fun. I'm totally fine with that.
Spoiler alert, I will not be there because I will have a mental meltdown if I have to have a stream every week.
Ooh, Moon Mental Meltdown.
Ooh, that's
my signature attack. Yep.
It doesn't do any damage to my enemy. It only damages myself. I'm like the Pokemon that tried too hard and it hurt itself. Oh.
Or in the Sailor Moon, you're like the Mercury.
More like Chibi Moon.
Yeah, that's better.
Oh.
All I can do is shoot vaguely annoying hearts at people.
I'm gonna minorly inconvenience you.
Did anybody else notice in the anime, like, once they got to that point, it was like Chibi Moon would throw some hearts, and then Tuxedo Mask was like, here's a rose, and like, it took all these steps before Sailor Moon was finally like, okay, now we're just gonna, you know, moon rod you to death.
So there's a reason for that. Oh, go ahead, Randall. Sorry.
I was just gonna say my favorite thing about that season though is because, like you said, it becomes so formulaic. But there's that point when Sailor Jupiter goes through her training, and then she actually like destroys one of them. And I was like, "Yeah, you go, girl. Don't let Sailor Moon do that shit all the time."
Yeah, like, not do the attack.
Doesn't she like immediately die afterwards? Because that's what Sailor Moon likes to do.
I mean, they're all kind of really not the greatest staying alive, to be honest. So I was gonna like another random Sailor Moon fact that I'm just gonna vomit out at you guys. The reason it became very formulaic, specifically towards Tuxedo Mask, just like throwing roses, is because the director that picked up season 3 through season 5 hated Tuxedo Mask, hated Mamoru, like just despised the character and completely shuffled him off.
Isn't that the same director that it wasn't it Ikuhara?
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's to be expected.
Like totally understandable, but like a lot of fans are like, why did he become a cheerleader? And it's like he wasn't like that in the manga. He actually had an extremely pivotal role, and it's like, yeah, the director sort of just decided he was out.
Well, that makes a little bit more sense because it did get a little weird, like, after reading the manga and then watching it, and I'm like, Tuxedo Mask is kind of just in the background. You don't see him half the time. What's going on here?
Similarly, from the manga, Chibiusa, Sailor Chibi Moon, had a big role, but not as big of a role, because Sailor Moon was still always going to be in the spotlight, but kind of Sailor Moon even was a little shuffled off in season 4. And that was because at the time in Japan, Chibiusa was becoming a very popular character and her merchandise was selling more. So that was kind of not confirmed, but thought as one of the reasons why she was given more of a role, was because either they wanted to like make her more popular or they were adhering to the popularity demands. But that's like not 100% confirmed. Anyway, just vomiting out.
Also, it was the 90s. Fun reminder to everybody out there playing at home. That's when this was all starting.
Yep, that's true.
Oh, yes. Lilo Stitches, very much. I agree with this. I always thought that that really was very much the Scrappy Doo of the Sailor Moon gang. So
Mm-hmm.
Shout out to Lilo Stitches. That's my boyfriend.
thanks for joining.
Chibiusa is the worst character.
Simpkin says I love the quote unquote my work here is done, and
but you didn't do anything.
It's so good. Also, Del had said earlier when we were playing Sailor Moon D&D, in the name of the moon, roll initiative, which I love. Love it.
Ooh, I like that.
Oh.
I look so angry.
Like...
Also, my eyebrows are definitely not twins. I can fix that.
I don't know what I'm doing with his hair.
Oh, and a reminder to everybody, save your work.
No.
Oh, Andy says, I will agree that if we're talking about, or we're talking the dub, but watching the sub, she was significantly less annoying. I can believe that. I'm not great at watching the sub versions. I almost always default to the dubbed because I'm lazy.
I appreciate both. Especially now that there's a new dub that is faithful.
Yeah, but I don't like the voice actors.
Though. It's so bad. Oh, the voice actors are so bad.
See, I'm gonna fight with you. I like the new voice actors.
They sound generic.
You
so
can't
does
tell
everything
who's
do now.
Exactly. That's why I don't watch anything.
I don't have a problem with dub, especially like back in the day when the voice actors just use their normal voices, but now they're trying to emulate that like high-pitched, high tone of like the Japanese voice actresses, and it just doesn't work. It sounds so fake. You can't emote. And we can get into a fight about the dub, but it's just current dubbing that I don't like, because I feel like there's no progression in skill because they're just learning from other dub voice actors and not from like actual actors. I haven't felt like there's been a large leap in skill in dub actors in a very long time.
I can find that for like television dubs, because I'm just thinking like, I mean, obviously it's older at this point, but like when Princess Mononoke was released and had like an actual like almost theatrical release, like they got some big name people, and it like I think we have some really heavy hitters in the voice industry in the Western media. So I wonder like if you got bigger voice actors, like I'd love to like randomly hear like Jim Cummings on one of my anime dubs and be like, oh, hello.
So there's actually a big debate about that because now video game and anime voice actors are running into the problem where celebrities are stealing their jobs.
Okay.
Then get better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Again, the skill of voice actors, they're not learning to act and then take it to dubbing. Sorry, I'm just very passionate about the fact that if you're mad, get better. Like, yes, it's who you know, but you're not going to get phased out if you already have the job.
But it has happened to like people who are actually considered extremely skilled.
Yeah, I was gonna say,
I'm not just saying like the generic like Stephanie Shays and Kate Higgins and all that. Like KG Tang, I forgot where he lost a role, but like I'm pretty. He was the one who was writing about it. Basically, like he lost a role that he had regularly to like some big name because it got like some sort of theatrical release. I don't know the specifics, so it sounds like I'm talking out of my ass.
I was gonna say, I don't mind it if you lose a voice acting gig to a more talented person, but I never see like an actor get a voice acting gig just because it's the name. Like, I want you to go in an audition and you did a better job. Like, again, like if you had somebody, we'll say super, super famous, and then you also brought in like Mark Hamill or something, like, Mark Hamill's going to show up and do a really good job. Like,
Yeah.
Also, obviously, he has a little bit of star power too, but.
Star power.
Yeah, I agree with what Emily said. Like, normally it is you're being replaced for better talent. And I get that it's not fair, but at the same time, the best production sort of thing.
Get good.
Get good.
So Soapbox Clat says, we discussed this on Breaking the Panel a year or two ago. The celebrity invasion into VA and other sub-industries like streaming does put a lot of squeeze on the people who do that work exclusively. Yeah. Dell says, you think anyone else would have gotten Johnny Silverhand? Do you think they'd even audition anyone?
I don't know who that is.
I don't know.
Dell, speak to us like we are your child. We don't always know what you're saying.
What are those words that you think we should know?
I know how hands work.
Oh, Cyberpunk 2077.
Oh.
Not my thing.
That is Keanu in Cyberpunk, yeah.
Okay. All right. See, I don't feel as bad because I am aware of Cyberpunk, but I did not know who. And Soapbox Scott says there's also the Matt Mercer effect in tabletop RPGs, where the success of Critical Role has influenced new players' expectations for D&D and other tabletop games. They expect literally Hollywood quality DMing and players, which.
And it's funny because Critical Role is all fucking anime and video game voice actors.
Mm-hmm.
I know people call it the Matt Mercer effect, but I almost want to call it the Disney Prince effect for D&D. Like, because it also feels like that's what it is. Like it's giving you that high expectation or something.
So really, kids, just lower your expectations and you'll
God.
be disappointed.
That's what I do.
How do you think I've gotten this far? Follow me for more hot tips. Oh, maybe that could be my drag name.
Hot
tips?
tips? Yes. I love it.
Okay, so I know it's probably not what you're talking about, Del, but when I read that and you said all D&D is Slayers, all I could think of was the anime Slayers.
Oh my God, yes.
Like forever ago, which I have not watched in years and years and years. I think probably since college, but
I think it's available on Funimation streaming.
And voice acting is, I believe, and I don't remember where I heard this from, but they were hardly given a script. Almost all of that is just like improvised.
For what? For Slayers?
For Slayers, like the first season.
Interesting.
I believe it.
It has a very like off the cuff feeling to it, which I think surprised me because I was like, wow, this doesn't feel like a lot of other dubbed anime. So that's interesting.
I have heard that for a lot of shows, though. It could absolutely be the case for Slayers, but I've definitely heard like a lot of shows people say, oh yeah, that was 100% dubbed by the voice actors. And then you have like someone on the production saying, no, it wasn't. That was just a rumor because it's such a ridiculous. Like I know the Ghost Stories one, like everyone thought that was completely like ad-libbed.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know. I would just take that stuff with a grain of salt.
But it's one of those things with, when they were dubbing these things in the 90s, like we were talking about earlier, that a lot of the Japanese elements and other things were just kind of modified, especially if it went from being a teenager, adultish anime to, hey, let's market this for kids.
Yep.
So I could believe it. I could believe sitting in the studio and being like, okay, just keep this family friendly, whatever you think fits the scene. They're at a tavern or something. Don't mention alcohol or anything else.
I do know one that was the case for was Samurai Pizza Cats, but it wasn't that they gave the dub actors any freedom. It was that when they brought the dub over, or when they brought the anime over to America, Japan studio did not send the script. So the writers completely made up the entire storyline and script and dialogue for Samurai Pizza Cats just from watching the Japanese. Like, no one spoke Japanese. They didn't have a translator. They didn't have a script. So they're just like, okay, let's watch this and then make up a story. So once again, it was never the dub artist that ever had that freedom. It was usually the writers that had the freedom of like, okay, we don't have the script, let's just make it up. Or this is supposed to be.
It's always
like,
the
kids.
writers or the directors.
Yeah, it's like I've never heard a confirmation from the voice actors that they've had the freedom. It's always usually the writers that come in and like, yeah, we completely either threw the script out or the Japanese studio was just like, we don't care. We just want you to make money somehow.
That does make a lot more sense when it comes from the writers.
I learned that from a convention panel with the writers from, I think it was the writers from Samurai Pizza Cats. We're like, yeah, by the way, here's stuff you didn't know. Which is funny that a lot of them are coming back nowadays. I've been finding a lot of like the writers and voice actors from like early days are coming back to con panels to like talk about their experiences.
That's awesome. I think there's a call for it. Like, at a certain point, you're always going to have a draw for like what's new and what's hot. But at the same time, like, nostalgia is a thing and it's a bankable thing. So.
I wouldn't know anything about that, as I'm looking forward to the re-release of a game from 1997.
Saga Frontier?
Yep.
Yeah. I knew it.
But also I love, like, so I get a message from Randall with a picture of, like, so this nice, like, TV that he's got mounted that he can watch on. He's like, what am I watching? Stuff from the 90s. It's super grainy and pixelated.
Heck yeah.
But I'm watching it big.
Heck yeah.
I enjoy that very much.
Yeah, I was enjoying watching through Sailor Moon yesterday as I was working on this, and so I have been watching the uncut Japanese version, and some of that stuff, like, I completely understand why they skipped over those episodes back in the day.
Yeah.
When they got that 14-year-old laying in the tub with titties out.
Well, I mean, they covered her up with some suds in the dub, at least. I'm talking more about the ones with, like, when they have the little pet creatures and it makes them, like, her brother gets it and he turns into this, like, little shithead who walks around, like, kicking, like, animal cruelty, and they're, like, abusing adults and like flipping up their shirts and
Ow.
Yeah, Melvin flips up his teacher's skirt in one episode.
I remember that.
Not cool, man. Not cool.
They definitely cut that out. They never released that in America. Understandably, but. Well, terror's on that show.
For a second, I thought you said terrorism.
no, that's Gundam Wing.
Yeah. Let's point the finger where it's served here.
Give me more of that space politics.
It always goes back to space politics.
Always.
Ugh. Come on, camera. I'm back here.
You know, I ended up downloading essentially an extra app for my computer that I could have more access to the controls for my webcam because I was having the same issue and I wouldn't move or change anything and it would randomly drop out of focus. So I moved it off of like autofocus and just locked focus because like I'm not dealing with your shit, camera.
Yeah, I should probably do that because mine is really, it's not wanting to listen to me.
It's because I bought it for you.
Yes, everybody say thank you to Hebe Buffet for setting me up with the ability to stream.
Yay!
And also Lilo Stitches because I bought the mic from...
All right. So it's around this part of doing your makeup that you actually start feeling yourself. Like I just caught myself like looking in the mirror and I'm like, ooh.
No, it's looking good. The green is just so great. I love it. Yes. Oh, Lilo Stitches says you're welcome for my garbage.
Well, your garbage works very well, so I appreciate it.
All right. I think I'm not going to do anything else with the eye because if I do anything more with the eye, I'm going to ruin it. I have a very bad habit with that. I like get an idea last minute when my face is almost done and it ruins the whole thing. I am going to fill in this blank space with white though.
Thank you for reminding me that I also should probably start doing the eye makeup on mine.
You're welcome.
And I can ruin that on mine.
My turn.
But then I'll just delete the layer and it's like it never happened.
I wish I could do that.
Purple eyeshadow.
What was that?
Doesn't she have that like really deep purple eyeshadow?
Is it purple or is it blue?
See, that's the weird thing. It's like, because in the anime from the 90s, there was no eyeshadow. And I've only been able to find like one colored or like two colored images of her from the manga. But in both of those, you can't really make it out.
No, I'm with you, Megan. I really thought like she had like, maybe it was just because she had like the yellow like jaundice in her eyes that just made the other parts bigger, but
yeah.
Oh, maybe because I'm looking up screen caps and maybe it's just because she's like always got that weird shadow in her face.
Oh yeah.
It looks like eyeshadow, but I think it might just be shading.
She's a shady lady.
Very shady lady.
Yeah, I got to watch her sentence Jedi to the torture of
death.
Forever sleep last night.
Yeah, not death because kids.
Is this because he's fucking Molly?
That's Nephilim, not Jedi. Sorry.
Oh, my
actually. Actually.
Oh.
I
Oh
get
my
them
god.
confused.
When we first started talking about this and it became an idea, like Molly came up and I remember like falling down a YouTube hole and watching it. And I had conveniently forgotten how insane Molly's dubbed voice is from the 90s. Oh my god. It's insane.
It's so bad.
It's so ridiculous. Oh.
I kind of love it though because of that nostalgia glasses thing. It's like, that's a lot of personality just in a voice.
For this little side character.
for this
Yep.
little side character. And then, of course, I don't know about any of you, because she had such an iconic, I was like, okay, she's going to become something important, right? She's going to
Nope.
become like a Senshi, right? Because that was before like I knew anything about the show.
And that would be a no. It's a no for me.
And they're
I feel
like,
like-
hey, guess what? We're just going to completely forget about her and then throw her in occasionally in like seasons 3 and 4 just to remind you that she exists.
She was wrong. I'm sorry. She was so critical in seasons 1 and 2. And it's like, maybe she'll actually get an end to her story or something and we'll get to see that because I'm now invested in this side character. And yeah, she just kind of disappears after that.
How dare you make me care about her?
My favorite thing about the new dub is that there's an episode where like they're all at the talent show and Umino dresses up in drag and basically like looks like Nar. I forget if it's a talent show episode, but it's an episode where Umino is in drag. There might be multiple. I don't remember. But
He's in a pink dress, right?
But the dub voice actor puts on the Molly accent from the original dub.
Oh my god!
Yeah.
That's so good.
Oh my god.
That's
Okay.
cute.
All right. So first off, save reminder, and then secondly, I will be right back.
Ooh.
All right, Hebe, you did it. You got me wanting to watch the new dub. Congratulations. All right,
like,
I'm gonna do it.
Have you
now.
watched anything past season 1?
I have skipped around because I really wanted to see
Okay.
how they did season 5 because Stars is my
Mhm.
favorite, and I wanted to see how they did the Starlights and of course the Sailor Animates, and then I wanted pretty much I watched a handful of episodes from each season that had new characters. So
Okay.
Helios, Uranus, Neptune. So I've
'Cause one
done
thing-
a bit, and it's not to go back to the dub talk,
Yeah.
but yeah, I had opinions.
It's like, and that's fine. I just find, especially like with English dubbing, which I'm sure you know this already, it takes a while for like them to kind of find their footing. Especially if it's like something long running like Sailor Moon. It's like, okay, by season 2, they feel a lot more natural
They
because it
get
doesn't
into
seem
it,
like
yeah.
acting to them.
I will say to make sure that I don't sound like a dub hater, there are absolutely some where I think the dub is leagues superior to the sub. Not again to say anything against the Japanese voice actors, but there's just some things I think work a little bit better
Mhm.
with dubbed, especially if they're like talking really fast. Like Randall, you can relate to Kodacha or even like Italia. Like anytime there's fast talking, I think that's where English dub actors shine. Because they can get a lot of like the inflections and they don't have to worry so much about like the speed of the mouth flaps. And there's also somewhere I just think the dub acting just fits better with the show's sort of feels.
And setting too.
Setting, yeah.
Like Cowboy Bebop, it's a Western setting, so dub just kind of fits better there.
Mm-hmm. I think Fully Cooley is another one that kind of
Did anybody watch the sequels to that?
No.
I haven't watched them yet.
I tried. It didn't really hook me, but I didn't think it was bad. But maybe someone else has a better take on it than I do.
Simpkin says, I did.
Did you like it?
Oh my gosh, Randall, I love the eyes. Oh, it's so good.
Oh, thank you.
Ooh, what is he? Ooh, wow. Those are so good.
I like it.
That is some talent. The second sequel was better. Oh, wow. I did not know that okay. Did not know there was a second sequel.
Yeah,
And
there's
there was
like
not
2 of them. It's like progressive and alternative, I think.
Oh, okay. So it's not necessarily a direct sequel. It's like an alternate telling. Am I understanding?
No, I think those are just the titles.
Oh, God. Okay.
Yeah.
That makes more sense.
And like one takes place at a different time and then another, I don't know. Something or other. One of my friends plays one of the characters in it.
Fun.
Marin Miller. I don't know what character they play.
So apparently, Simpkins says Alternative is the second one they aired, with a young girl and her friends as the main protagonists.
Oh, okay. I think I know.
They both did different things with the universe. So, what are we talking about?
Dicks.
Oh, all right. Alternative and
Alternate universe sticks. Yeah.
Oh, space dicks.
Space sticks.
Since I haven't done any makeup updates in a while, now I've placed my powder contour and I'm just placing some more highlights just so they really pop around. Pop off, sis. The boots tee.
I really, really love the lower lash that you have going. That looks so dope.
Thank you.
Ah,
I've been wanting to like just draw on a lower lash for a bit because I know if I were to place a lower lash, it would not look good. So I figured I'd try it.
I'm trying not to cause a tangent, and it's just not happening.
I love
Yeah.
tangents.
Oh, that's that. All right, that's that one. That's that one. That's one. All right, we're
There's nothing wrong with a good tangent.
seeing.
Like many of our conversations here on Doodle Crew.
Yes. That's that.
Like a good Terry Pratchett book.
All right.
Okay.
I feel like any other time I might be done with my face by now, but I'm like, no, I'm taking time with this.
Well, I mean, I was gonna say it's working out well. We're in the we start a little bit late, but we're in the 2:15, 2:20 range. So I figure we'll say in the final half hour of our Sailor Moon journey.
You can do
It just
it.
means I have to rush because it's gonna take me like a half an hour to get to
All right, now we can finally start cleaning up some of this color.
You know what? We are just gonna start that sketch again because I don't love it. I don't love it.
Kristen and I have both watched Lolly Rock, Simkin.
I love Lolly Rock so much. I miss Lolly Rock. It's technically was not canceled, but they have not made any more. But their outfits and everything are just, and I'll admit it, the songs are just kind of catchy and fun.
Yeah, they're 100% like pop trash, and I enjoy that.
Oh, absolutely. That's a great show.
Here for that.
And there is some stuff in there, like sometimes it'll get a genuine laugh out of me. There is some, although I did hear a controversy as to one of the thoughts to why it canceled was because in one episode, oh my gosh, why am I forgetting her name? The girl, the blue girl, she swears, and they didn't catch it in the censors.
the drama.
apparently it contributed to the fact that they did not get a renewal.
Wow.
Interesting. That seems stupid. But
it is. Like a lot of people, a lot of fans were like, "What? She did? Where?" Like,
yeah. Oh, also, so Dell says, I was really surprised by how much I grew to love Space Dandy. I expected not to like it. Also, then all I could think of was like, I feel like Space Dandy Randy needs to be your drag name.
Your dad name.
Yes. Dad or daddy name.
Depends on day or night.
Like Peppa Pig. Daddy.
Daddy.
Oh my god.
I don't know if I have a green lip liner.
Oh my god, how much of a turnoff is that? Just go into the dungeon. Hi, Daddy.
Do you want to jump in some muddy puddles?
Canceled. Doodle Crew is canceled.
And that was your last episode.
This content is not safe for anyone. Please leave.
The first and only time I get invited to be a special guest on Doodle Crew.
Let's never forget that.
And I feel like if you can't laugh with your partner when you're being intimate, then what's the fun? Like, come on. Uh-oh, someone sounds like they're trying to reach you about your extended car warranty.
No, it's my boyfriend trying to give me makeup advice.
It's like, no, don't put that there. You're doing it wrong.
Put that thing back.
No,
where
it's because I said I didn't think I had a green lip liner. He's telling me to use black.
Aw, what a peep. Yes, soapbox plot. Laughing together, never at, but like being able to laugh together is.
Now I have put that thing back where it came from. Or so help me.
Help me. So help me. So help me.
Stop.
I love it so much. So much.
Ooh, that Saturn is looking nice.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you.
She still has the killer attitude, too.
Intensity has not diminished.
Yes.
Always the goal in an outline.
Oh no, my AirPods are dying. Where's my case? I can put one of them away. Okay, that'll charge.
This is why I'm a stubborn grandpa who will not switch over to anything wireless.
Okay, but if I was using something wired, I wouldn't be able to do my makeup right now.
That's also
Good point.
true.
Got a good point.
Just become as naturally. Say that again.
I was just gonna say, I feel like an unlucky grandma because I can't get headphones to work wired or wireless.
Fact. We should all count our blessings.
Let's put that thing back where it came from. Or so help me.
Got it. But also, like, how good is is Billy Crystal in that role because as I was saying that, I was like, wait, is that his name? My brain doesn't work.
No, Billy Crystal, like I can't even imagine anyone else playing Mike Wachowski now.
No. Nope, not at all.
For a lot of Disney. Like James Woods as Hades, like no one could do
No.
Hades like James Wood could.
Whoa, is my hair out? Like, I just love it. It's so good.
Apparently that was not the direction Disney was going to take. They were going to do like a very straight-laced sort of villain, and then James Woods came in, delivered that, and they're like, well, I guess we have to completely rewrite this character now.
Yeah, now that would be too good not to do.
Has William Dafoe ever been a Disney villain? I feel like he would be a good Disney villain.
I mean, technically, now that Disney owns Fox and Sony's Spider-Man.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, how technical do you want to get? But no, I honestly don't know if Willem Dafoe's like, we'll say regular canon Disney roles. Because he plays crazy real well.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
A little too convincing. But. Tell you what, though, I absolutely loved everything he did in Boondock Saints. Because, I mean, talk about crazy, but he is so good in that.
I just glitter all over my lap. It's okay.
Haha, glitter lap. Oh, I forgot to draw her earrings.
Oh, Dell says, apparently they had to reanimate one of my favorite Steven Universe songs because the actress emoted so much while singing it. Yeah. I'm surprised that they went ahead and animated it before they had the actual vocals, but that's dope that she put that much into it because you can tell.
All right, I think my face is done, minus blush.
Yay! Okay, wait, hang on.
Ooh.
Let me do the thing. Let me try and do the thing. Yep, why does it? Never wants to do the thing. Ha! There we go. So now people can see. That looks so dope. Oh, I love all the glitter. Ah!
It's amazing what 500 pounds of cosmeceuticals can do.
It's magic.
And normally I would dip this into a blush palette, but I know it has enough product left on it so that I'm just going to use the brush.
That's perfect.
Now, because you mentioned Steven Universe, I have those songs going through my head, which I'm definitely not unhappy about.
Admit that one I am embarrassed by the fact that I have not watched any of it yet. Like, I know how good it is. I know, Megan, I know. It's on the list.
So, text message update. Boyfriend just texted me, do you need me to come down and help you into your outfit? So I am going to take out my AirPod and mute my mic and get into everything.
All right.
Excited.
I'm very excited.
So I will see you guys in a bit.
Yay. I think with Steven Universe and like some of like me finishing Voltron, like it's one of those where I can't just throw it on in the background because I want to watch it. Like, so it means that I have to actually sit my ass down and watch the show and not do 85 other things. And I've not been doing it that late.
But they're only like 15 minutes long.
No, that's the terrible part. Like, they're not that long. I could get through them if I wasn't so terrible.
Oh, I can't harp on you too much because I still haven't finished Future, and I feel bad about that.
I didn't care for Future as much, honestly. Like, I got the point of it, but it just didn't resonate with me.
I'll agree with that. Yeah, I didn't quite
change tone, or just kind of just not the same feel.
The way that I kind of saw people describing it was that throughout the entire normal Steven universe, Steven was helping other people with their problems, and this time it was him having to help himself with his problems. And it definitely delved more into the mental health side of things. But in terms of tone and why it didn't resonate was, I don't know, I felt like the adventure part of it was over. I don't know, Randall, what was your kind of feeling? Like,
yeah, I mean, and it was one of those things that, yeah, it's about him resolving his own issues, but like, did we really need that? It kind of made him come across as an unlikable character, and like, I don't know.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll agree with all that.
Like, I felt what came before Futures was the perfect finale. We didn't need any more.
Now, was it they just wanted to play in the universe more, or do you think was it actually like a planned story that was already set?
I don't know if there's been an official like mention, but I wouldn't be surprised if it was just Cartoon Network saying like, hey, this is popular, we need more of this. I don't know that Rebecca Sugar wanted to tell more, but maybe she did. Maybe this was always like a goal.
Yeah, maybe.
I'm not sure on that either, because I had heard that she only had what we got in the series actually written, and Future, like, I don't know where Future came from.
Okay. Also, I think it's the thing of like if you have a story that you've been building and planning for, we'll say like 5 years, and to then like get to see that fully happen and come to life, then to all of a sudden be like, oh, but now they want more. Like, even though you're familiar with the characters in the universe, you have a lot less time to really build into it. I say as someone who doesn't write shit, so that's my assumption.
So Delphine was saying the movie is important. The movie hinged on having more content after. I'll agree with that. If they definitely wanted to do the movie sort of, I guess, did need a little bit more resolution after it. Whether or not the movie was important, I don't know. Just whether, I agree with that statement that the movie needed a little bit more wrap up than what the movie had.
Okay, this is totally not related to anything, but it popped into my brain because that's how my brain works. But I'm assuming you guys remember at the end of Reboot when they like the big finale of all the little, or they weren't were they sprites?
But, like, no, they're binomes.
When they dressed up as all the characters and basically retold you the whole thing, like that's all that popped into my brain.
When they were singing Modern Major General, but it was like the complete rewrite for the history of Reboot.
Yep, and it was insane, and I loved every minute of it.
That was amazing, and that was like the best way to end that series too. Like some of the endings to series, the 90s just kind of killed it with some series endings. that's in my head. Is that my eyeliner? That's mine. That's it. Okay.
Oh, Dell says, I'm always going to love the movie because, quote unquote, everything stays from Adventure Time is so dear to me, and it comes from the same inspiration as Steven Universe, the movie.
Yes, I do love the song Everything Stays. I think that's a very strong song. Delphine Raven, did you, by any chance, I know that Rebecca Sugar did an interview talking about the meaning of that song, that and also the song she wrote for Adventure Time. Well, that is a song she wrote for Adventure Time. Have you seen that? That little interview she did? There we go. Yeah, about the toy bunny. Yes, absolutely. I think about that almost daily sometimes. It's just such a little powerful story that she has.
Well, I love the trend right now that's going around about like, what's a video that lives rent free in your head? And I have those. I was like, there's a lot of them that just, they just pop in there and play. Like, why? No, okay, sure.
Kind of those earworms that just like happen.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Or sometimes it's like a weird gif or like a random piece of dialogue from a movie is what I get a lot. It's like, what movie is that from? Why am I thinking of this random piece of dialogue?
Well, that's
why won't it stop repeating?
You can hear it, but you can't like flesh it out on either side. So then I have this moment like I can hear it so clearly, but I cannot remember what it's from.
Right. I can hear the voice actress or voice actor. I can hear the context, but I like, what is it from?
Mm-hmm.
Why do our brains do
that? All day, every day, for the rest of my life. Oh, you only drew one boob. I know. I'm so sorry.
Uniboob.
Which was me at the gym this morning because I didn't like the bra I wore last time. So today I wore two.
Two bras?
Two bras.
You can do that?
Yeah. Sometimes the children need extra supervision.
I love that.
Cave. Yeah. Yep. So I layered. So one of my older bras that had an underwire originally, the underwire broke. So it's not really a good bra, but I put one of my less strong sports bras underneath, and then that bra over top, and then nothing moves. Mayor Squish, I'm with you. The number of Gilmore Girls quotes that pop into my head that my sister is usually the only one who knows. Now I'm going to start sending them to you when I just think of like random stuff from Gilmore Girls. What? There's my thing. There it is. All right. Okay, so question to you, lovely people. Do you ever have trouble deciding if you want, especially with like this Sailor Moon hair, you want it to be fully opaque or if you want it to be somewhat translucent? Because like I'm like, I don't know if I want to show like details of what's happening underneath of her hair or if I just want to have it be like solid chunks hanging.
Oh. Yeah, where like sometimes you have that style where you have like the eyes showing through the hair. You mean like that kind of thing?
Yeah.
Oh, you mean like I have going on with Queen Beryl right here?
Yeah.
I have never done the opaque hair. I like it when it's done. I don't know why I've never done the opaque hair. I think because I forget it's an option. But I've always kind of liked the look of it, even though, like, yeah, it's unrealistic that hair would be that opaque. But I don't know, I kind of like it. And also, a lot of the figures that they're doing nowadays are being given like opaque hair.
Yeah.
But like I said, I think I forget that you can do that.
I think it would be kind of cool since her hair's pink, you know.
Yeah, like I'm leaning towards it just because she's got that just vibrant pink. I definitely want to do it for this one, but I think
You're also doing Black Lady?
Yeah, I was saving her for the end in case I didn't get to her because I found a pose that I just really wanted to draw her in. But like I think I realized I usually go to like fully opaque hair as my default, and then once in a while like might have a strand or something. But yeah, for this I was like, oh, I'm not even gonna bother drawing like where her arm and shirt connect underneath. You're not gonna do it. Give me your face. That's what I wanted. I'm gonna steal colors from you.
The wig snatcher comes when you least expect it.
Also cracks me up though for how much work it takes to actually just maintain my own regular hair. I can't imagine trying to like take care and maintain either cosplay wigs or drag wigs. Like, nope, I think they would just get destroyed.
Well, you glue them down. I mean, you get used to like completely cementing them, so no matter what you do, they're not going to move. And it took me a long time to realize that's what I had to do.
Okay.
There was a long time where I treated them like real hair, and then I was like, oh wait, no, you literally just have to glue them down either with hairspray or like actual glue. A lot of cosplayers use Elmer's glue, and they just don't move. Like bangs don't move, the pigtails don't move, and then you just stretch them over your head.
That's nice.
So I think the hardest thing is storing them. Because you have to have something that'll have enough space in your house to like store them without them getting banged up or anything.
Yeah, because I feel like if you just like crunch them down, then one.
Oh no, yeah, you can't. Like once they're styled, you have to leave them on a wig head when they're not on your head, sort of thing. If they're styled, if it's just like a wig that you're just throwing on for the first time and it's not styled, it doesn't matter.
Yeah. I toy with the idea of wanting to have them and play with them, but I also know that like in order to get one that's not just like cheapy dollar store, like it's going to cost more money and it needs time and attention, and neither thing that I have available right now.
Well, fun day wigs are different than cosplay wigs.
Yeah.
Oh, that was on the wrong layer.
At
Yeah,
least you realized it.
I did it. Is it all on the wrong layer? No, just that one.
Oh God.
Just throw the whole thing out. Just redo it all. I hate wigs, by the way. I hate them. I hate working on them. I hate wearing them. I don't know why I do it. I don't know why.
Well, I have to imagine, like, already having long hair, that's got to be that much more, like, management to get that all tucked up and live underneath.
Surprisingly, it's not too much. It's just learning one strategy. It's not comfortable by any means, but once I figured out what I had to do, it's not too bad. I've never had issues with my hair creating too much volume that I couldn't somehow still put a wig on.
Okay.
I do know that it's a lot harder for people that don't have any hair because there's nothing for the wig cap to stick to or to adhere or to so they usually have to wear like toupee glue to like glue a wig cap down so that the wig can sit on that. Because again, I don't know anything about drag or day wigs, but for cosplay, you have to have wig clips. The wig has to be clipped into something that is adhered to your head, or else it moves and it falls off, and it's embarrassing. So more hair helps in my case. Like people with buzz cut hair, I know have a lot of trouble from what I hear. I don't know, maybe someone, some of the viewers have better insight than I do on that.
Oh, geez. Dell says you'll see bald drag queens duct taping their heads, duct tape crown. Oh, man. Also,
oh my gosh.
Nobody used Gorilla Glue. Please, please, no one. Just don't do it. That's just painful and ouch.
We at Doodle Crew do not support.
Do not endorse the use of Gorilla Glue on your head.
Yeah.
I was happy though, resolution wise with that. Like a scientist came up with like a special formula to actually like dissolve it and get it out of her hair, which I thought was really cool because that would be heartbreaking. I feel like
I think she lost some of her hair, but she didn't lose all of it, right?
Yeah. Which I mean, with something like that, I feel like you just have to go like full buzz cut and start fresh.
I was kind of surprised she didn't when that story first broke. But not my hair.
Hello. Did you want to come up? You can.
Yes, please. I want to see the kitty.
Oh my gosh, Randall, the thing you sent me with the Werner Herzog, and it was just like, I would like to see the baby now, and like, it's
Yeah.
me, the cat. I was like.
Save reminder, because I just did.
Yeah. Eve. Hello. The internet. Hello. Say hello.
Hello.
Oh, what a snuggly kitty.
So good. I love it.
So this is glued so far back.
I can pull it forward.
Yeah, pull this shit forward. Fucking scalp Sailor
Yeah,
Jupiter.
you have to hold your head straight up instead of leaning forward.
Okay.
I think it's what got fucked up the first time.
Okay.
It might slide now.
Whatever.
Hold it there.
I'll just hold it.
Yeah, you need to hold your head straight up.
I am.
That's
It's heavy. Oh my god, there goes my eyebrows, whatever. This is why everybody needs assistance. Oh my god.
Your handler. Your
I got this.
yeah, we need duct tape. We're out of duct tape.
Hey, we were just talking about that in chat.
This is the
Yeah.
finished look, everybody.
Ooh.
But
You even have the little hair like ornaments.
And the butt bow.
The
Yeah.
butt bow.
Oh, I love it.
Thank you.
Oh, that is so
I put
fun.
a lot of work into it.
So what song would go with Sailor Jupiter?
So I am actually hair sticking to my lips. I am going to be hosting a drag show on Twitch on April 24th. There's a long time beforehand. It is called Animazing. And it is going to be a tour de force of basically media, love for Japanese media. We've got an amazing lineup. I am planning on doing a Sailor Jupiter number. I don't know what song I'm going to be performing yet, but it's going to be a thing. So keep an eye out on my Twitch channel, twitch.tv/HeapyBuffet. Dang. But yeah.
Yay.
Does
Yeah,
anybody have any questions before I get off camera?
Well, hang on. Let me.
Or I could just sit here bald with a crown on. It's fine.
There we
Because this
go.
wig needs to come off. Oh my goodness.
Oh my god. Yeah. Okay. There you go, chat. Well, and I'm excited. Yeah, you definitely have to get a picture for us because we'll add it to the promotional images when we tag everything out. So.
Yes.
We'll pull the wig down and glue it.
Yeah, we'll pull it. We'll figure that all out.
Oh,
It's like, I just want to sit and hang out.
which you're absolutely welcome to. I'm not gonna-
Yeah, don't leave. We like you here.
Yeah. I just love that it's got all the. Oh my gosh, it's so fun. So
It's
fun.
even got the
Wow.
little fucking
The
hair
little
tie that came with
ornaments?
it too.
I
Yeah.
love them. You got this nice
$60
wave
on
going
Amazon.
on.
Yeah.
Like, this is good quality for $60 on Amazon.
Yeah.
Could you like lean forward? I just want to check out the eye makeup again. Oh, the lower lashes are so nice.
Right.
I love those.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Really cool. I love the green lips too. It's just perfect.
Yeah. Do they have a little sparkle in them?
So I plugged Trixie Cosmetics. I was using an Urban Decay green lipstick, but I also topped it with Trixie Cosmetics glitter and Slime Time,
Slime
Yeah.
time.
just to add a little pop.
Hold on. I'll hold it. You can.
You gonna hold my hair while I talk? Ooh. I am famous.
That kind of deflated this.
It
a little.
deflated the whole thing. Listen, drag isn't without shenanigans. Also, this just pull my wig off, scalp me. Snatched.
Okay.
Listen.
So something we were talking about while you were getting
Alopecia.
is so Krista was saying from the cosplay side of it, it's sometimes easier to like clip in wigs and get them to set if
So
you've
fun-
got hair to attach to.
Fun
you-
fact.
Okay.
I do have something to attach the wig to. It just happened to be sitting over here. And I have one of these.
Okay.
Oh, the headbands.
Yeah, it's just that wig is very, very heavy.
How do those work? Those headbands? Well, I mean, obviously, I have different
it's like-
hair setup than you do, but I've always thought about using one.
I love it. Basically, whatever like little
Synthetic hair oil.
whatever little like grippies on the inside of the wig kind of like get abrasive with this so it doesn't slide as much. And then if you wear a wig cap underneath this, you can like pin and all that fun
Right.
stuff.
They don't slide at all. They actually grip pretty well.
No, they do. These grip excellently. I love these.
Oh, nice. I want to learn from you. Like, we're such different side of
Don't
the
learn from
tracks,
me.
but like, how about learn from your
Learn together.
learn together?
But yeah. Oh wait. Oh, somebody said I'm only happy when it rains would be perfect.
Oh,
I want to do the electric slide, but somebody already did that as Pikachu recently.
You could do It's Raining Men.
Hallelujah. Oh, already getting makeup on my fucking hands. I'm gonna have to wash these gloves.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, I couldn't be trusted with anything white as far as costume goes.
No,
I
like the gloves were the biggest part where I'm like, I'm going to get shit on these. Like, but yeah, this is everything.
This is awesome. Okay, so I figure we could start with Hebe and we can start doing wrap-ups because we're at hour number 3, and I know all of us should probably get something to drink and eat. I had a cheese stick, so I'm hungry. But yeah, so reminder again where everybody can find you. I'm gonna throw up your thing. Okay, so there's your Twitch.
I'm available down on Twitch. I stream generally JRPGs, horror games whenever I do stream. I want to start doing like watch parties, but you need to have Amazon Prime to do that. I have it. I don't know about anybody else. But like my vibe for my video game streams is mostly like I sit and I play and I wish people would talk to me so I know like I can talk to them. Because I'm sitting there playing, I'm like, wow, I just examined this barrel. This bitch said barrel. Woo. But other than that, you can find me also on Instagram. You can find me on Twitter. And if you want to give me money, my Venmo username is also Hebe Buffet.
Hell
The
yeah.
only thing I love more than attention is money. But thank you so much for having me. This was a blast. I love how this is the best I've looked in a while.
No. You look great. This was so much fun. I'm so happy. We got to nerd out, which is awesome. So yeah. All right. So let's throw it over. Who wants to go next for our outros? Because if you don't choose, then I'll pick. Randall, do you want to go?
sure.
All right.
Sure, Jan.
All right. So let's see. Oh, I'm getting a lot of like gem vibes too.
A little bit, yeah. Didn't get as much done as I had hoped, but got some sparkle in her eyes there.
Yeah, but that eye sparkle is everything.
Yeah.
Yeah. So if I have some more time, I'll definitely try to finish this one up and get her more polished. Yeah. So you can find me on Tumblr, as you can see right there, rwart.tumblr.com. That's me. I am not consistent in any sort of way. So unlike everyone else, I have different names for different things. If you want to follow me on Instagram, it's Randy Limoges. You'll see art and selfies and just about anything I feel like posting on there. So that's what you can look forward to there. Yeah, that's it for me.
Yeah. I'm so happy. I'm so happy you came in.
I love that eye makeup and the lip too. Oh, so good.
I want it. I want it.
It
All
does
right.
look
Her like
excellent.
long fingernails work so well.
Okay, Megan. Now that we get to see, yeah.
You can find me on Instagram again at Megan C Creates. I had a blast drawing with you guys, even with my grandma technical difficulties today.
We made it though. We got you in.
We made it. And I'm so glad that I got to do this. And I'm looking forward to the next one for sure.
Okay. Yeah, and again, you know, with everything, we learn. Oh, I did the wrong thing. We learn and we get better, and no, there we go. All right. Good. I can multitask. Yeah. No, this turned out. That's cool. I like the pose that you went with too. No,
I
you're
like the sickle a lot. Like it looks so metallic.
Mm-hmm.
It came out really nice.
Yeah, no. On her, I didn't even catch it, but I love the shine on her hair. That looks really great. Yay, purple. Awesome. Okay. All right. Yeah. I can do this. There we go. All right. Get this over and that one. There we go. All right. Oh, that pose is so good. I love it.
I
didn't
love
get
that.
to finish, obviously, the shading and everything, but I felt pretty okay with the makeup. So I like the pose and the makeup, but I definitely want to finish and add some like iridescent to it. So this is when I am going to definitely go back and fix up.
I like the puffy sleeve too. That works really, really well.
I originally wanted to give her like a lapel, like a blazer jacket, but like her torque doesn't work. So yeah. I went for puffy sleeve.
And the exposed back works really well. So I dig it.
Gonna give her a little tattoo if I can. Thank you.
So yeah.
I forgot her moon. Oh.
Uh-oh.
It's like the one iconic thing. Meh. Right? There we go. That seems legit.
Totally legit. Not bootleg at all.
Nailed it.
Nailed it.
Oh, that's awesome. All right.
Go on up there.
Over. Here's the ad.
But yeah, so you can find me on Instagram and hopefully eventually Twitch. So fingers crossed I will get a Twitch eventually.
Well, and what's cool with Twitch is anybody who's interested, like throw Kristen that follow because then you will be notified as soon as she goes live. So whenever that may be. Yeah. All right. And so let me do too many things at once. So I'll do all my side-by-side. So I started with Mars. There's my gothic Sailor Mars. And then the lovely kissing cousins.
Oh.
Is she in her racer jacket?
Yes.
Uranus? Oh, yeah. I love it.
Yeah. Just because they're so lovely. I love them. And then I was finishing up. This one I totally stole because I found that picture, which was goth, and I loved it, and I just felt like I had to Wicked Lady that. But yeah. Here's my stuff. I actually finished some things. Yay!
Oh, I just noticed that you have like from her shawl, but it's the sleeves. That looks so good.
Yeah, I liked because I liked that picture so much. So I was like, oh, how can we adapt that? So yeah, this was my not totally, true to the original, but I got to play, and that's fun. But yeah, thank you again to everyone in chat. You guys are awesome. Thank you for hanging out, sticking around, supporting all of us. This is so fun. I love it. I got to draw Sailor Moon all morning, so I'm in a great mood. So if you want to see more of me across the internet, as you know, a swan named Emily, definitely pop in Monday night to hear me and Steph chat about cool stuff. And then I think I should know, but now I forget. There's another Doodle Crew coming up at some point, and I will post about that. But also, as far as that goes, we have, again, talk about amazing mod. Mayor Squish in chat runs and makes sure that all of our art gets posted. So if you want to see art and especially Kibi's final look, the full glam look, those will be up on our socials. So it is Doodle Crew and Doodle Crew Draws. Twitter is definitely Doodle Crew Draws, and I think Instagram is as well. We're also on Facebook. If you would like to see these videos, or if you know someone who missed the stream and would like to watch it, they do all get posted up to my YouTube. At this point, I don't have enough subscribers to change my name, but if you search a swan named Emily, you'll probably find me, or, you can ask and I'll send you a link. So yeah, thank you everyone. Thank you artists, you guys are great. This is super fun. So thank you, everyone. Have a great rest of your day.
Thank you. Have a moony day. Happy Moon.
Have a moony day.
Thank
Hell
you for
yeah.
having me.
Thanks,
Oh,
guys.
it's a
Bye.
full moon today.
Perfect. Oh, so good. All right.